Hey there, my name is Eileen and my business is Eileen Dreams, based in beautiful White Rock, BC. This video was made to give insight to my services by sharing a conversation with a client and fellow BC entrepreneur. Stay tuned for both of our top 3 tips on our subject expertise and each of our special offers at the end of the video. We decided to do this together because we both provide services to professionals feeling overwhelmed with the planning, prep, and maintenance phase behind their goal. I'm a virtual assistant and social media expert, so I unravel the mystery around technology and digital media. Basically, I take businesses' online presence from confusion to clarity. I'd like you to meet Charlene Wright, founder and principal career coach at Smart Career Solutions. I'll let Charlene explain what she does. What is your business?
Thanks, Eileen. No, don't worry about it. It's so nice to be here with you. And I agree, having this in common really does give us a chance to, share sending this message out to others. So again, my name is Charlene Wright. As Eileen said, I'm the founder and principal career coach with Smart Career Solutions. Essentially, my organization supplies one-on-one and group coaching, specifically career coaching. So we do things like job search support, interview prep, and practice. And we've also got some awesome, really affordable do-it-yourself online courses. So we also will work on making awesome marketing tools. In my world, the marketing tools are resumes and cover letters. They're different for Eileen, of course. And then we also are supporting companies, employers that are looking to outsource some of their services, in particular team building activities, but also supporting them during that difficult time of outsourcing, offboarding. So when layoffs are happening, our services are an excellent add-on to the severance. So if I could expand even further, what I know for sure is that, and Eileen, I know you've gone through a transition. So many competent professionals hate career transitions. And I knew there was a service that was needed there. And I also knew that there was a need to fill in the gap, specifically for specialty career coaching. And that would be for creative types. So I knew there was a need there as well. So essentially, we do our career coaching and we have the specialty angle of working with creative types.
Charlene, would you describe that as your ideal client?
Well, truth is that we absolutely support anyone in career transition. It's the same formula overall and a lot of the same steps, but the art in Smart is about the focus for the artists, the creative professionals, and the creativepreneurs. I would say that these folks, are not necessarily in the arts and culture sector only, but they are folks that use their creativity on the job, like you do as well, and sometimes indirectly on their job. So really, it's about the intersection of creativity and their actual work.
So tell me, what is your story?
Well, it's a really long one, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but essentially I'm all of those things. I'm an artist, I'm a creative professional, I've been a creativepreneur for years, and now I'm a career coach. And I don't think there needs to be as much struggle. Having watched people go through the ups and downs, I know what works and what doesn't from that professional angle. And then personally, I know what it's like to be a creative type. I've had many career transitions myself. I like to say that it was either because I got an injury or I got tired, sick and tired, or I got inspired to do more. And not unlike other professionals in my last job, most recently, I reached the ceiling. I wanted more. So I made that ceiling my platform for launching this next stage. And that's really what I'm promoting for others, is to not stop and feel limited, but to really reach for a career that makes sense to them and self-manage it. So that's, I think, a big piece of what I'm doing. And, that commonality, like we said, it's that behind the scenes hard work that people don't always see when they're out and about doing their job search, but it absolutely supports their success. So I'm going to flip it over and ask you the same question. So Eileen, I want to know more about your business. Obviously, I'm a client. Oh, look at me. I'm getting all excited here. I'm a client and I know some things about it, but please tell us more about your business and why did you start it?
Thanks, Charlene. My business is Eileen Dreams. I'm a virtual assistant. I use my technical background to take businesses' digital media from confusion to clarity.
Yes,
So in the 90s, I started teaching computer and then internet lessons to seniors before most people even owned personal computers. So I love making technology accessible. Things were different then. Now people just don't have the time to learn all the different aspects of being online and creating a digital presence.
So you mentioned the older folks. They're not necessarily your only ideal client, are they? Who is?
Well, my favorite client is someone local. I really do prefer meeting in person, and I hope it's not too long before I'm able to meet in person again. But for the time being, I meet my clients over Zoom. All my clients are experts in their own field, which makes them interesting and fun to work with.
Sure. Is there any more to your story that you would want to share?
I really get a charge out of bringing clarity to a technical challenge someone is having. I'm just not happy until my client is happy.
Yeah, it's very much a serving role, isn't it? About having, taking care of a problem for folks and letting them take care of their business the way they need to. It's sort of like, just get on with your life. Go take care of that. Let me take care of this part as well.
Yeah.
I agree.
Charlene, Smart
Yes,
Career Solutions already had a website and online presence. Why did you reach out to me? What had you tried already?
Well, not unlike many solopreneurs, I tried to do a lot of it on my own. As a creative type, I'm a little stubborn and I thought I could figure out a lot of it. And I did do a lot of it. I did my own website. I got pretty far along with that. And then I hit a wall of my skill set. I did hire someone offshore, got a little bit done, but I was pretty disappointed, quite frankly. We had issues with the time change. We had some communication challenges. I don't know that she understood who I was and what I was really wanting to get out there to the world. And then I started to notice lag times with turnover. So it was a bit of a struggle that way. So I knew that I needed to get someone that I could trust. Trust is such a key point, I think, for both of us with the work that we do. I wanted to be able to sort of hand it over to someone that I could trust, but someone that would get me, that had, not only the experience, but the maturity so that we'd be on the same page when we're talking about maybe my pain points or what solutions I wanted to create. So I really needed someone to improve my search engine optimization. I'd done some, but it needed tweaking. Some of the consistency around the visuals on my website, you were able to point out right away. And it was, of course, as soon as you pointed it out, I'm like, yes, I missed that. And then being able to look at it from my customer's angle, knowing sort of how to streamline things and make it easy for them. And then the part that I'm most excited about that we're working on is coming up with a plan, a social media plan. We're going to set it up into a calendar. I'm going to have a clear understanding of which goes where, whether it's an Instagram page or does that go to my Facebook page? Because again, it all felt so overwhelming. So I'm especially excited about that plan of attack that you're creating with me and the schedule of doing that. So that's pretty cool. So, just like my customers, I was frustrated. I'd hit my limit. I was taking too much time doing it myself. I love the fact that you're a female, that you're local. So it just worked. And then, I've just been pleased ever since.
Back to the obstacles. What fears did you have before hiring me?
I think not unlike many solopreneurs, first of all, wanting to make sure that you knew stuff that I didn't know because I had been busy kind of digging around myself. Like I'd said, I'm a bit of a stubborn creative, but I wanted to make sure that I got a good return for my investment. I've got a budget and I have to chip away at that, just like many of us. And you allowed it to be really flexible just made it easier for me. Yeah. So I think that was certainly something that was on my mind, is like cost for return.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What process did you use to select me?
Well, The bottom line is that I base my business decisions on relationships, getting to know someone, being able to read them just as much as they're reading me. I found you through a shared social media sort of network that we're both involved in. And I was just kind of watching you. I didn't mean to be creepy by any means, but I was watching your input and your involvement, and how generous you were with people just giving them tips or offering to help. So I really liked that mentality and sort of mindset that you brought.
Oh, thank you. What do I specifically do that appealed to you?
I think it's the relatability piece, how you're able to really listen and empathize. There was one time when I sent you an email expressing a frustration, and it wasn't even that I needed the solution right then and there. It was, you're like, oh, I can imagine that was frustrating. And as soon as I read that, I was like, I'm not the only one. So I think that was a piece of it as well, is that you just kind of normalized the experience for me and allowed me to just be vulnerable with you, quite frankly. Back to your comment about taking people from confusion to clarity. Absolutely. Even if I'm confused, I know now that we're going to step through things and I will have clarity. When you had asked how we went about the process, not unlike many businesses and not unlike mine, I put a call out to you. You responded immediately. We set up a meet and greet, and you gave me some ideas of what you thought we could do. And in that competency kind of position that you were coming from, I felt more confident that you'd be able to do it. So I have to say right now, I'm in a much more solid place of relief. Things aren't done yet, but I know they're in progress. And the other piece I would say is how flexible you've been. We did a chunk of work together, and then you're open to us chipping away at a couple things, and then I might do another chunk again later. So it's about a long-term relationship to me. You're stuck with me.
Well, it's been fun, that's for sure. So you would say you were transformed?
Oh, don't you love that? Yeah, even my hair. I think the transformation really was in getting past the garbage, right? Being able to see a path of progression. I know that these early stages of business aren't intended to be perfect, but I needed a plan and I needed to get some insights as to not waste any time, for sure.
Thank you. So just to quickly wrap that up, why would you recommend me? What would you say?
Well, I think it would be because, and you've mentioned this before as general feedback, is that people comment, and I agree that you're easy to talk to. So that approachability. I mentioned how you normalized my frustration. I've never wanted a techie person to talk over me. I want someone that can speak my language, even if it's layman's terms. Pardon me, I would certainly say that you know your stuff, because every hurdle that we've come across, we've been able to sort of get past. I mentioned the maturity piece. There's a lot of awesome go-getters that are in their 20s that have the next best thing. And I appreciate that. But there's something to be said for finding someone sort of in that same zone of understanding, like I said, in the maturity. I would say your customer service rocks. You're good with follow through. And like I said, you're not spending my money without checking in with me first. You're like, oh, is this where you want me to put my time? And that felt really respectful as well, given my concerns of money.
Oh, thank you. So to wrap this up, as we promised at the beginning, the top 3 tips and special offers, what are your final words and top 3 tips for a professional in career transition?
Well, there's quite a bit of information out there, but I think I would say a few things. Certainly as a tip, don't do it alone. Get someone supporting you, get other eyes on your marketing tools and such. And don't wait. A lot of people are going to be waiting because they're waiting to see how things are changing with the economy and with COVID. Now is a perfect time to get your career house in order, to do the behind the scenes work. Not unlike your work, Eileen, people in my industry, meaning people that are looking for new jobs, if they're going online, they need to know search engine optimization, because we've got a computer that is a gatekeeper as well as a human now. And then a super tip that I'm still surprised a lot of people don't know is that only 20% of jobs are actually advertised. So what you're seeing online does not give you a true sense of what is going on right now. So spend 80% of your time in pursuits of a job in the hidden job market. So I have lots of other great tips and tools around that. And I'm going to do my little plug and my promo because I've got a discount right now. I use a swear word, but I don't actually say it out loud, but it's towards COVID. And it's 20% off all of the services because we really want to make them accessible during this difficult time. And I would hope that people would go over to my website at smartcareersolutions.com and actually sign up for our entry level base level price point offer, which is called Check Your Pulse, because a person in 30 minutes can get a full assessment on their marketing tools, how they're working, what's working with their job search, what's not, and we prioritize their top 3 next steps. So even in that half hour, they walk away with a little bit more of a game plan. And we're doing it this way because we just want people to get out of the rut, make job search not suck so much, quite frankly. So those are the little tips and the bonus offer that I put out. So on the flip side, I get to ask you the same thing. We promise people the top 3 tips and an offer. So what are yours?
Thanks, Charlene. Those are great tips, really. My top 3 tips for getting your business online would be, number 1, ask for help. You're an expert in your own field. Hire an expert in their field.
Yeah.
And secondly, take advantage of an initial consultation to make sure you both have the same vision and you feel you can trust them. You will learn a ton of valuable information, or at least you should. And 3, don't fall for the shiny penny. There are a ton of scammers out there. Don't believe that more followers means more real clients. Grow your client base authentically and with value. So if people want to get in touch with me and learn more, go to my website, eileendreams.com, and fill out the assessment to see if we're a good fit.
What a great name. Sorry, I'm interrupting. Eileen Dreams. It makes me feel hopeful.
Well, it was my dream. It was always my dream to do this. So it fits perfectly. So my special offer, normally I offer a 30-minute free consultation. But if you mention the code bonus 60, I will give you a free 1-hour consultation. That's a $50 value. You will learn a ton of valuable information. And believe me, it is worth far more than $50 towards creating a strategy to grow your business online.
I agree. Absolutely. It's investing in ourselves, both angles, whether it's the job search and finding solutions there. We do need to invest in these things. And I can speak from both sides now, very much so, being your client and also having my own clients that I can take care of in that same way. So I'm so pleased that we had a chance to do this. And I thank you for inviting me as well.
Well, thank you. And before we go, thank you everybody for your valuable time. Thank you, Trenzio, for putting this together. And please share this with anyone who is making a career transition or looking for a website or social media clarity.
Absolutely. Now's the time to get it in order.
Yeah.
Thanks, folks.
Talk to you soon, Charlene.
Thanks. Talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.